The Havenbell Trilogy, Book 2, The Scepter of Zane. Written by Allison Hunt, copyright 2011. Chapter 10, Drake. 2 days later, Jack, Nemi, and Jake landed on the shore and began their treacherous climb up the jagged rocks. Halfway up, they each had to find their own flat rock to sleep on. It was dark and they needed much more rest. Jake insisted on sleeping next to Isabel. He started to tie a rope around her. "What are you doing?" "I'm making sure you don't fall. Sleep on the inside where it's lower." She agreed, and his body kept her warm. They woke, ate, and started again in the morning. They were beyond relieved to reach the crest. "Uh-oh," Jack pronounced. "We have a problem here. I can't move beyond this point." "Neither can I," Nemi agreed. "There's some kind of field." "Nah, there can't be." Jake shot some arrows, but they bounced off of the air. Isabel tried to the same result. "We must send some feathers to fly all above this place and try to find a hole in the shield." Nemi used her mind power to call for help. They stayed 2 nights upon the crest while every feather they had explored. When they returned, they agreed there was no way in. "But if Duran and the girl are in there, we're screwed." "Why wouldn't they put a field across the whole island? I mean, it doesn't start until after the cliffs." "I know," Jake replied. "Just a little fun." Cheyenne awoke as an Ortson had entered and brought her a meal. Shortly after, Duran entered. He looked magnificent. He was dressed and groomed with armor. "Forgive that I have used you. I will not harm you. I am going hunting for something special, and if I don't find it, you'll bring it straight to me. I love you, child, and your mother too, even though she tried to kill me." "She had every right. Why don't you just stop all of this, Duran? You could be a great king if you wouldn't be so cold. Be one of us. If your heart was right, you could rule us all with goodness." "I shall rule you all, but not with goodness." "Why not?" "Because I don't have to." "Do you have to be selfish because nothing worked out for you? Because you weren't granted your desires? No one is ever granted their desires. Everyone hurts like you do. But you can change it. Change you." Duran stood silent. It wasn't a good idea to test his patience. "You are wise, child of child. How can you be so brave while you are in prison? How can you shine when no one is going to find you? You have the talent of faith in the darkness. I admire that. Maybe it was something my mother taught me. I raised your mother. I shaped your mother. Then what happened to you? Where did you go wrong? Your father is where I went wrong. So you can control someone's mind, but not their heart. You listen to me. I could have had your mother's love the minute I regained human form. I could have killed your father or made him a nitwit forever. Don't think I didn't want to. I still do. The only reason I ever showed any mercy to the only thing that stood in my way of who I loved was because my brother spelled my wife away from me. She didn't truly love him. She was under a spell. He used her like she was nothing and even got her killed. He only did it to destroy me. That's why I joined the wizards, to kill my brother for what he had done. I never thought I would ever be able to break the spell and return to human form. The only thing that broke it was the agony I faced while being forced to lie to your mother. I wasn't able to make her into a sorcerer or they would have killed me. Doomed forever in a helpless owl, watching in agony as she fell in love with a feather. I wanted to love her so badly it broke the spell. I could have killed your father in an instant, and I didn't because of what was done to me. If love is not my savior, then power shall be." Cheyenne in her righteousness finally understood something in Duran. She understood his emptiness, even his reasons, although wrong. For some, she learned there was no hope, only your own desire to change the unchangeable, to wish the good on your enemy, even if it doesn't take root. She didn't see Duran again for a long time.